That's a long drive. I'm hungry as shit. Welcome to Philadelphia. Look at that. Look at that. It's cheers. So I just checked into the hotel and it took 6 hours of driving to get here. Today, we're gonna be checking out the historic part of Philadelphia. If you're not familiar with it, we're talking about like Independence Hall, Liberty Bell. We talking City Hall. We talking. That's all I know. There's definitely more. And by we, I'm here with my little brother. Yeah, look at that. Hello. Cheesy ass smile. Hello. Sure. Yeah. So we just had our lunch, dinner, whatever you want to call it. Got a nice bourbon burger with candied bacon and apricot jam. Mwah, delicious. But yeah, we came in on a really terrible day because it's raining and I got my little chauffeur over here carrying the umbrella. We're now heading over to City Hall, which is I'm just gonna walk in the rain here. I'm walking in the rain. Don't worry. City Hall all the way down the street, but like literally our hotel is 2-3 blocks away. So see if there's much or if there's a whole lot of nothing. So we'll get there. Much closer view to City Hall. Look at that. Look at that. It's as tall as at least maybe 10 of me max, but it's open to the public. Like if there's actually active work going on. All right, yeah, there's definitely active work going on. Yeah. I guess we can check out the center of the City Hall. I honestly don't know if there's anything else you can really do besides go to the City Hall and like kind of check around. So we're just gonna stand here in the rain a bit and really take it in. Yeah, you can enjoy the architecture is beautiful, and I just love how they add a bunch of air conditioners all around the places. It just really adds to the uniqueness and historic aspect to it. But I mean, I don't really see anything else. It just seems like there's just a courtyard in the middle here. Oh, we got some nice plants. Wow, beautiful. I think that's it. I literally think there's nothing else in City Hall. I mean, besides if you just kind of want to marvel in at the architecture. Also, piece of advice: there's quite a little bit of homelessness and drug addicts around. So I think this is just kind of like a normal city thing. You will see this in New York, maybe not as much because you can see a lot of people walking. Boston, I didn't really see that much, but in Philly, you definitely notice it. People will call you out, and if you're a tourist, just ignore it. Just ignore it. Don't confront them. Don't say anything to them. Just go on with your day. All right. Those people that kind of walk up to you for pictures and then they ask for money afterward. No. Now I am pretty close to Independence Hall. If you didn't see, that was 6th Street. Street of Freedom? Is that what it was? Avenue of Freedom. Oops. And I'm now entering some kind of landmark here, which I think is the executive branch. Oh my God. I think when I last came here, I was told this was the original home of George Washington. So don't fact check me. Just assume I'm right because this is the internet and whatever anyone says on the internet is correct. Yeah, they're talking about George Washington here. Go to this display case, you will see the original foundation of George Washington's home. Pretty cool, and it's also very close to Independence Hall. As you saw on the quick video, there's the Liberty Bell. So, some history facts, and by facts I mean I read it online and I'm gonna see if I can remember what I just read, and I don't. So, Liberty Bell was first ordered on 1751. When it came and shipped over to Pennsylvania, which by the way was used for the Pennsylvania State House, it cracked on its first ring. They ended up recasting it. But the bell pretty much rings every hour and it was said on July 8th. Was it July 8th or July 4th, 1776? Because I'm kind of mixing up my days here, that the bell rang to kind of represent freedom. Well, in the past, what it was used for was just to gather the General Assembly for, lawmakers or for special announcements. So right next to the Liberty Bell, yeah, it's kind of right next to the park, there's the Independence Hall, baby. This is where freedom's right here. So this was where the Declaration of Independence was actually first written. And I believe 11 years after is when the Constitution was written, right in this very hall. So you can tell that Pennsylvania holds a huge historic landmark to the U.S. We're talking about Liberty Bell, we're talking about George Washington House, if you want to kind of visit where he slept and question marked, I don't know. And then the Independence Hall. I know that you can schedule tours where they will actually go much more in depth than I can ever do, so maybe support a local business. Who knows? Don't support this guy, don't support me. Behind Independence Hall, if you're coming from where I just came from, Market Street, if you're coming from there, you can enter into Independence Square. Now, the history behind this, I don't know it. You can see behind of Independence Hall right over here. It's actually not as big as I expected. And in the middle of Independence Square, there's a statue of some random dude. I don't know who it is, and I'm not gonna tell you. Okay, so statue of a random man to me still applies, but maybe to the US it actually doesn't. It's Commodore John Barry. Some guy, and by some guy, look up his history because I surely didn't. He's from Ireland and died in Philadelphia. That's all I know. But there's a statue representing him, so he must have been a pretty important figure. It's also getting pretty late, so I'm gonna head back to the hotel and get ready for, some nightlife. I will be hovering around, and it's called the neighborhood I'm at. It's called the Gayborhood, okay? I'll let you guys do 2 + 2. Last time I was here, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and if you're someone who enjoys nightlife, definitely check around that area. I can't recommend bars or clubs, but you will see me later tonight, and there's one place that I really want to check out that I've been to before, and I think it's called like the Cauldron Bar. The last time I was there, when the bartender was absolutely zoinked and kept us waiting for like 40 minutes just to try to pay, and I think he also kind of mixed up some drinks and all that. He was definitely out of it. Cauldron. We're using the iPhone now to record, but yeah, it's super nice atmosphere. Me and my little brother, we had the bubbling shot of death, which you're gonna see very, very shortly. And I got a serum of loose lips. Cheers. That's delicious. Where were we just at? Mission Taqueria? Yeah, just coming out of Mission Taqueria, and very unique experience. I did not know that there was one restroom for both men and women, so when I was the only dude at the sink surrounded by women, I felt so off, but I guess it's a normal Philly thing. It's a pretty nice vibe. Great waiter. Awesome. I don't know his name, but shout out to the dude who served us. If you ever find this video, mwah, thank you. Good morning from the hotel. Last night was wild, and by wild I meant like super tamed. There was really not much going on. I would say anywhere that was good, there was a long ass line. But now we'll be going to heading for breakfast. I'm thinking Reading Terminal Market. Hi, it's me again. from the streets now. We're heading to, like I said, Reading Terminal Market. Some quick info on Reading Terminal Market. It was established back in 1893 to serve food to all the Philadelphia residents and, you know, tourists and everyone coming around. But it's a really big market with lots of restaurants, diners, bakeries. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of food, and this is where we're going to be making our stop for breakfast. We're going to be stopping at Back Down Diner, I think is what it is. At the time of this recording, it's rated 4.7, so I'm going to get some grub, and we'll get our own little review. We'll see it, but I'm hungry and looking forward to grabbing some food. So, down home. What was it called again?
Down home diner.
Yeah. So, down home diner. I had like the most basic thing. I honestly want to get the cheesecake omelet, but I know I'm gonna get cheesesteak later, so I definitely don't want to overload on that. But I'd say it was pretty good. I mean, for $12, it was a lot of food. Maybe a little bit too much food for me. I'm kind of stuffed. But Reading Terminal Market, like I said, is a lot of shops, produce, meat, seafood, restaurants, anything you can really imagine. I'm just going to put in the description, like merchant directory there if you're actually around the area and want to check it out. But I'm heading over to Benjamin Franklin Parkway, which is supposed to be Philly's 1 mile of artisticness. On the way to the Parkway, you probably saw, but there's the Love Park. Really nice area if you just want to kind of like sit down, wind down, be near water and ping pong tables for some reason. I would have stayed a little longer, but it's hot out. I don't know if you see this, I'm sweating like mad. And one thing, if you want to get cash, it's pretty damn hard. A lot of ATMs are either closed or stores are closed. So keep this in mind. And a lot of places do take only cash. So if you do plan to visit Philly, make sure to have some cash on stock. Hi again, it's me. Now I'm walking on the Parkway, and first piece of art is a 3-piece statue. If I were to guess, it's called The Tuscan Girl, date installed June 9th, 1965. Oh my God, I'm so right. Look at that. That's the Tuscan Girl. You can see from like City Hall all the way to the Museum of Art. So I'm at Logan Square. It's not really a square. I feel like the name is very misleading. It's definitely a giant circle surrounded by a bigger circle, which is just a roundabout. Logan Square is directly in between the Museum of Natural Sciences, the Franklin Institute, which is a great place to take your kids to. It's a science museum, really large, interactive gallery. And I think there's one other institute nearby that I just can't quite put my finger on it. I would say it's fairly quiet, just like every other park I've been to is fairly quiet. And not too much going on around here. It's just a fountain in the middle and grass and trees around and benches, really. So, correction, I want to be clear on what is surrounding the area. So, it's the Academy of Natural Sciences, not the museum. We got the Franklin Institute, I was right, still a science museum. We got the Central Parkway Library, and we have the Cathedral Basilica of Saint Peter and Paul. Along the parkway, thank God there are so many trees, because I definitely need some shade. To my right is the Barnes Foundation. It's an art institute if you want to make your stop there. We're not making a stop there. I think we want to actually go to the Museum of Art at the very end, but a place to consider if you do want to check out and enjoy art for all you fancy art goers. To my right and behind me, it's the Rodin Museum. This is a specialty in sculptures, and they have a nice little courtyard that you can go into, free to the public. I gotta jaywalk. Yeah, free to the public. I think it's a $15 entrance fee, but based off of my time constraint, I don't think I have enough time to visit both the Barnes Foundation, the Rodin Museum. Yeah, planning to spend a few hours in the Museum of Art. Especially because it is very hot outside, and I don't know if you see this, my shirt is sweaty. We're back with recording, and I'm getting very tired and sweaty. But I'm at the Oval, and there's a bunch of recreational activities you can do. There's tables and benches. They got mini golf. I mean, to an extent, mini putters. They have small chessboards, big Lego blocks. I mean, I think this is more kid-oriented, but if you have a family, I'd say it's a pretty nice area to visit. All right, past the Oval, there's Washington Monument, built in 1897. We got the Museum of Art right there with the Rocky Steps, and I don't know, some fountain over there. But I mean, you gotta marvel at this massive piece of art. I love sculptures, and look at that. You have the bear, you have an ox, I think. I'm not sure who that is. It's something that slays crocodile, alligator. But here, I'm just gonna give you a nice quick walk around of the entire statue. Alright, here's a Rocky statue with his infamous pose behind me, but there's a crazy long line to get a picture of that, and that to me is not worth it. I mean, just seeing it is actually pretty cool, and here we are in front of the infamous Museum of Art. And there we go, Rocky Steps. Ooh! You're not gonna see me record running up the stairs though, because I find that super corny. And by corny, I'm just making up an excuse because I'm out of shape, and I probably would pass out on the second flight of stairs, so. Update, now we're back from the Museum of Art. I'm back in the hotel. We had to take an Uber back because it was raining hard. But it was a good time. There was a lot of art that was kind of, you know, European art, American art, contemporary modern art. There's a few sculptures, not as much as I wanted there to be because I really enjoy sculptures and statues. I gotta get some food. I'm hungry, and I gotta get me some Philly cheesesteak as I promised you guys, and I want it. All right, I had to use the phone because it looks like it might rain and I don't want to get my camera wet. Now I'm heading to Moriarty for some Philly cheesesteaks. It's an Irish pub that's pretty close to our hotel, so, you know, 6-minute walk, not too bad. I'm looking forward to it.
hours so I know when to come by.
So I've got the cheesecake from Moriarty. This comes with sauteed onions and cheese whiz. I'm not sure if that's a normal thing. I guess it is because I've seen it on quite a few websites. So we're gonna try it out. That's really good. I do wish I ordered roasted peppers on this, but otherwise, it's delicious. This was worth the trip, and I will come here again just for the Philly cheesesteaks. Just finished the 5 o'clock lunch, and I will admit I feel pretty terrible just because there was a lot of grease and a lot of fat. I feel like I didn't really explain what a Philly cheesesteak is for those who are not familiar with that. It's pretty self-explanatory. That's a loud buzz. But Philly cheesesteak is pretty much shaved grilled steak in a hoagie, like it's in a bun. And generally it comes with cheese, like provolone Swiss, apparently cheese whiz, and sauteed onions. I do like adding sauteed mushrooms and peppers on mine though. But yeah, now you know what a Philly cheesesteak is. All right, I'm back in my only man studio. Yeah, the Philly trip is pretty much done. I have one more night to enjoy out here, albeit it's thunderstorming all night, so I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do about that. But either way, I hope you enjoy this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and perhaps leave a comment into where I should visit next. I'll leave it to you, and have a good night. Haha! Whoa, round two, baby! Cheers! Yummy alcohol!